Hi, Dave here, and this is the video exercise 1 of chapter 17. And our expectation is that you have completed video 1 and video 2 prior to this exercise. And this exercise is a super chance to ensure that you understand and have mastered video 1 and 2. It gives you a chance to create a JFrame, create a button, put it on the frame, create 3 separate listeners, attach those to the button, and ensure that you get the correct behavior. This will set you up nicely for video 3 and continuing on with chapter 17. So here in this exercise, we'd like you to show us before the next class a main window class that extends JFrame. Has a title bar CSC 230 frame with button and 3 listeners. When the user clicks X in the upper right, then the application should completely exit and shut down. Now the window should have a single button labeled Go, and the button, when clicked on, should invoke 3 separate listeners. Each listener should be a separate class that implements ActionListener. One listener will be called a Hallie listener, and this should just simply bring up a J option pane that says Hallie is listening with an information icon. Another listener should be called Seth listener, and this should simply print to the console window a message, Seth is listening to Go. The third listener is called the Morgan listener, and this should bring up another listener identical to the first. Okay, so here you see a window at an offset of 200, 200 called the Morgan listener. That's key now. I want that offset of 200, 200 so I can see it. And you can see that it looks identical to the first window, first main window that came up. One difference though, besides being at 200, 200, if I click the X on the Morgan listener, I do not want an exit, I want to dispose. So just the Morgan listener goes away and is cleaned up. The original main window remains. So a quick demo. Over here in Eclipse, I've got 3 listeners, one called a Hallie listener, one called the Morgan listener, and one called the Seth listener. I have my main window class that extends JFrame, and I have a simple main application that creates an instance of the main window and sets it to visible. When I run it, I see my title, CSC 230 frame with button and 3 listeners. I click Go. My Morgan listener comes up with an offset of 200, 200. My Hallie is listening listener comes up with an information icon. Now this is a modal J option pane, so until I click OK, my third listener did not have a chance to execute, but now it does, and I see Seth is listening to Go. Now I said the Morgan listener, if I click X, should do a dispose. So if I click X, it cleans up its resources, it goes away, but did not impact the main window. If I click X on the main window, it will completely shut down Java. Okay, good luck on the exercise.